Hey everybody, just wanted to get a video out there of the Kymron YH14. So, as you could tell just by looking at it, I've already done some mods. First mod I did was I made this 160 pound counterweight. It's made out of 4,500 psi concrete. Basically the way I made it was I took the steel weight off the back, made a form out of OSB. And you could tell there was the top of the form. That's why it's flat and not round. The inside has rebar with a lifting eye. So the rebar's got like a V shape bend in it. It's got lifting eyes. I did 2 pipes that I cut through the form. And I'm telling you, the best way to do it, if you're going to do a counterweight that's going to bolt to the factory counterweight, you know, that real heavy counterweight from the factory, is to make the block, let it cure for a day or two, break it out of the form, and then set it on the steel weight where you want it. It's better if you like set it on your trailer and then clamp it together and then drill through it and then tap it. I'm just using 3/4 by 10 3/4 inch by 10 inch long bolts, and I bought a tap. I think the tap was 28 bucks. The next mod I did, you can't see it here, but is the oil filter, so we can keep the oil filtered, obviously. Hydraulic oil, that is. And then the next one I did was what everybody else does, and I put on a cushioning valve, and I have the relief set to 1,500 psi on each side, and it seems to work pretty good. I have not taken the machine to any jobs yet. We got a couple in the pipe work, but haven't gotten there. Quick attach I bought separate, not from Kymron. The 8-inch bucket that's on here I bought separate. I bought the jackhammer separate as well. If I can remember the maker, I will list it in the description. There's no tags or nothing on it, but I will tell you that it's not the cheap like $900 jackhammer. This was like a $1,640 jackhammer. Has an 8-month warranty with the company. The only thing I got from Kymron was a 30-inch bucket and the ripper. And I'm out in California, so we do have some shell and some rocks in the ground, so the ripper is definitely necessary. I've also added tie-down points. So like, I know Kymron, you know, Ron from Kymron says, you know, do it over the wheels with straps, but I don't have that option. So I custom built this trailer. I know it looks factory, and no, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I built this trailer from the ground up. And basically we work in really tight areas, so I wanted the trailer only 4 feet wide. So this deck is 4 by 10, so the tracks literally land about here, so you don't have enough room to strap over the tracks. So that's why there's a D-ring on the back, or actually the front, and 2 eye hooks on the outside of the wheels. And I do know not to crank on those. This is, you know, just going to be a light securement, so I know not to crank down on those when I'm tying it to the trailer, because the last thing you want to do is bend your drive motors. However, this is the fully loaded version with side swing and expandable tracks. So my motor drive system is a little bit more beefed up. It's not that, you could tell like the sprockets are not the cupped style like on the cheaper machines, and you see people having to put the crossbars. I don't think I'll have to deal with that on this. I haven't found any real gripes yet. I will tell you that you might as well go from front to back with hydraulic fittings, checking them all. I actually had a small leak that dripped out on this track here that I didn't even know I had. And this is after I've checked them all. It wound up being a loose fitting on the inlet side of the distribution block to be able to go from the blade to the track extension, which that's done right here with these 2 switches. So, and I can demonstrate that in a second, but I mean, the boom, you know, I could go on all day, but the boom it's got tons of slop in it. I mean, it's a Chinese machine. I know a little of that is the carriage moving, or the house. I'm gonna call it the house. A little bit of that is the house moving, but a lot of that's the boom. I mean, look at the rock in this. So if I had any nicks, like any knocks on the machine, it would be that the fit and finish is, you know, less to be desired. There's, you know, stripped out bolts here and there, but my biggest gripe would be like the lack of tolerance in the boom. Like that is a 1/4 of an inch easily. I mean, easily. And then you can, it definitely shows out here if I try to hold you stable and try to get you behind the boom. I mean, look at this. And that's with the bucket on the ground. The bucket is not moving. So that'd be my biggest gripe. But with that being said, we can definitely start it up and hop on here and show you the expandable tracks and stuff. I will tell you one thing. It does run like a top. I mean, and it is just as quiet as he says it is. But we're going to push the blade down. And we'll push the boom down. And then we hit this, and now we can extend the tracks by using the same lever. And then we go back to the ground, and then pull back on this, and we can also go side swing. So this unit does get pretty wide. The machine's between 47 and 47.5 inches wide at its widest. But anyway, that's going to pretty much wrap up this video. Again, it's been the Kymron YH14. You know, I think it's a solid machine, honestly. There's some quirks with the boom and the cylinder pins and stuff like that, the slop in them, but I think it's to be expected with a Chinese machine. You do a couple mods, I think this machine's going to last you years and years of service. There's videos up with people having 800 hours on Chinese machines, so I could only expect more out of this. I'm probably going to do a later video or another video. Once I can get this thing to a job, I'll just record clips here and there of like using the jackhammer, the bucket, stuff like that. So there'll definitely be more videos to come. But like I said, I live in California. This is in my backyard. You know, I can't be digging up the yard and stuff and jackhammering concrete here. But yeah, so anyway, it's been the YH14 by Kymron. We're just going to wrap it up here. Thank y'all for taking a look at the video, and I appreciate it.